guys, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I have had a very crazy past 2 weeks. So honestly it was probably like the last week. So we got paid, and I do these I upload these videos a week after we get paid, so I have time to edit and upload them. So anyways, that we got paid on Friday, and then on Saturday we went to IKEA and got a bunch of furniture. We were just gonna go to IKEA and like look at things because both Dalton and I really like planning what we want and kind of looking at options and all of that. And so that was originally what we were gonna do at IKEA. And then we bought a $1,000 kitchen table that seats anywhere from 6 to 8. And so we bought 6 chairs, and then we also bought some things for our mudroom, so just like shoe containers basically, and some hangers. But we had put that money into our emergency fund, and that was because it was just immediately where it went. Saturday was like a spur of the moment kind of thing. And hindsight being 2020, even though I am very happy with our purchases, that we should have just like held off and not bought anything. But it's okay, like we are human and allowed to, I guess, pull from our savings accounts. As much as it would have been a lot cooler to say, hey, we put almost $2,000 more towards our emergency fund, I am not counting that. But we also had a bunch of issues with the rental, that it is in the floodplain, so we have a sub pump, and we've had to go and repair and then replace that a couple of times in the past week because of the crazy weather in Wisconsin, or at least maybe it's just our area. I want to say it's all of Wisconsin though. It's the definition of spring in Wisconsin, that we had 80-degree weather for a week, and then we had a snowstorm. I want to say it was technically blizzard conditions, but we got like a foot of snow. And then the next couple of days after that, well, I think it might have even been the day after that, it was then warm and the snow was melting. And then today it was downpouring and absolutely insane, thunderstorms, lightning, like all of that. And then I was trying to plan my video around the thunderstorm, so that way you didn't have to hear it in the background, and I think I got it. Hopefully it doesn't start thunderstorming anytime soon. It looks like it's gonna be fine, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go, it's not raining anymore, I'm gonna go film my video. And then the wind was so strong that it was loud, and I honestly thought the trees around us were going to like snap. Like, wasn't any like tornado kind of thing, but it was crazy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for that. And then I had lunch, and immediately upon me finishing lunch, that my neighbor decided they were going to have a tree service come and chop down part of their tree. So I think we're in the clear now, but the tree actually that our neighbor had chopped down actually fell on our fence, so we get to have to deal with fixing our fence and also disposing and chopping down of that tree. At least we have people in our lives that are willing to help us, and they also are going to take the wood for free because we don't have any use for it. But Look forward to that expense of us having to deal with fixing our fence. So like I said, we've had a crazy time. And so with that, we had to pull from our emergency fund a couple of times. One of them was due to like poor planning. But the other one was for the sub pump that we had to get taken care of, which is one of the reasons why it'd be nice to have an emergency fund specifically for our rental or investments, so that way we don't have to pull from this account. But that is later in the year. So I guess to start off, now that I got that huge crazy update out of the way, that the first thing we did was we put $190 to Home Depot. All right, so this is coming along nicely. I had gone back and forth between, because we had a decent amount of money that we put towards our financial goals this paycheck, that I was going back and forth between if I wanted to put a large amount towards Home Depot or keep it on like the smaller side and put more towards the emergency fund. And I am happy to say that I am glad that I put a smaller side or smaller amount, because it definitely came in handy with putting it towards our emergency fund. All right, my husband came home and so took a little bit of a break here, but we're back at it. So yeah, like I was saying, that definitely came in handy that we did a smaller amount, so that we could put more towards the emergency fund, because we had to take out of the emergency fund where we can't take back from Home Depot. So hopefully the next paycheck we will be able to put a larger amount. I really want to get this $720 out of the way, but I'm also kind of hesitant. I think we might save that until after our emergency fund is fully funded, or like the emergency fund goal is over, just because that way we have a bigger safety net if something does come up, as opposed to putting like all of our overtime and all of that towards Home Depot and then it being gone. So yeah, so that's the Home Depot update. And then for the emergency fund update, that we were able to put a couple of different things towards this. So we got our refund, tax refund from the state of Wisconsin, which was $823. And then we also, I went grocery shopping for the first time in a couple of months, and I used Ibotta to get some cash back. For the record, or for anyone that hasn't heard this, because I swear I've mentioned this in a previous video, but maybe I'm wrong. We don't really go grocery shopping because we're like never home. But we do HelloFresh. And so like that's cheaper for us than going grocery shopping. It also saves a lot of time because we don't have to go to the grocery store. But I was on vacation last week, and so I figured it would be better for me to go grocery shopping and eat at home than eat 3 meals a day out. So we got $21.50 from Ibotta. And then from our normal paycheck and overtime, that was $535.40. There was some money that got taken out because of the emergency. I am not counting IKEA as an emergency, but the other one we had to take money out. For this paycheck, we were able to put a total of $1,379.90 towards the emergency fund, and that is like before we took any money out for the emergencies. But with that, it then brings the new balance that we are working towards $6,711.49. So we are officially over the hump. We are more than halfway fully funded, or I guess not fully funded because we've had to take out for a couple of emergencies the past month. But we are more than halfway to our goal, and then for us to move on to another goal. So with that, I get to color in up to here. All right, so that is super exciting because like I said, this line was the hump of it being over the halfway mark. Technically we could color a little bit of this in, but just based on how the numbers are, I'm not going to color that in because it is like a fifth of it, and that can get a little weird. So either way, with us spending almost $2,000 at IKEA, that would have been really cool if we would have been able to do 3 more if that was the case. But spending that amount towards IKEA, which wasn't budgeted for prior to like anything, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that. But then we were still able to fill in 2 and a little bit of circle. So I'm happy with this week's success, especially considering like with all of the craziness that has happened this past week, that we still, even if we took off the balance of what we had to take out for this week, we still would be above this week's progress. So yeah, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!